there are cup holders in the chairs that sometimes he will sneak cocktails into. I couldn't tell if he was joking or not. Are there cup holders?
You said sometimes, right? Because as far as I know, it's almost the whole time. He told me, he's like, how else would you be able to sit here all these hours? He's like, he's the best. He's the funniest guy. We had so much fun with him.
So tell me, Gwen, what's the dynamic like? I mean, you and Pharrell are joining, like you're the new people, and then there's Adam and Blake. Like, was there like a hazing process going on? Like, what's the dynamic between the four of you guys?
You know what? I was really starting to freak out before I was going to go for the first time, and I didn't know anybody but Pharrell, but I didn't even know Pharrell in that kind of way. Like, I knew him as a producer. Like, I was in the studio with him, and like we would write together, but it's not like we're homies like hanging out, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's like, so it was all like, and also it's a whole different kind of like situation when you're like a producer versus sitting next to someone in a TV competition. You know what I mean? I was freaking out, but it was seamless. Like, I actually wrote Adam and got to know him through email for a couple, first, and then I went down and worked with him in the studio. And it was almost like instant. When you meet someone, you feel like you already know them already. And so with Adam, it was really easy. And then Blake was like, everyone had told me he's like a big teddy bear. When he's not sleeping, he's actually just trying to make you laugh. Like, he's like an amazing guy, and right away. So everything was really instant, and it just, and also you dive in and you're with them for 7 a.m. till 11 o'clock at night, like a bunch of days in a row. So it's really like boot camp. Like, you get to know each other really fast, and it was just so fun. I don't even know. It's one of those things in your life where you're like, why am I doing this? What is this? Like, how did this happen? And then it feels all meant to be. That's what it's like for me.
A lot of people, I think, are talking about you as kind of the antidote to Christina Aguilera, who was very brutal in her analysis of people, sometimes said some not very nice things to people on stage, I think because she wanted to help them. But there's a lot of talk about you kind of being this kinder, gentler judge. Is that fair, or are you still going to be able to be cutthroat when it comes down to it?
I think at the end of the day, we call ourselves coaches, not judges, because although everybody is a judge, especially these days, I think that, I was really worried about that because I'm a really I don't like to confront people. Like, I like everyone to be happy. I'm a Libra.
That's Pharrell's line.
Yeah, I'm a Libra. I like to balance things. So I think that, I was worried about that. But then when you're actually out there, you realize that that's what they're there for. They want to know. They want to know stuff. That's what the show is. It's coaching. And so I think that, just by them getting out, getting on the show, they're already getting so much more than we ever got back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, just stepping on the stage, they already have followers. They already have websites. They already have a career, which is so incredible. So to be able to say, wait, try this, this might even make you get farther. It's not that bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of bad criticism to give. It's more like just like things to help them. Like, oh, that was really good, but maybe try this. And sometimes it doesn't work. Like, you go, okay, wait, no, don't do that. That wasn't a good idea. You know what I mean? Because it's hard. Like, it's hard to try to teach somebody something that I don't even think about anymore, about stage presence or, these kinds of things. They might be really good singers, but they don't have the experience. So, by going on stage 10,000 million times around the world, you start to do things that you don't think about anymore. Yeah. And those are the things that we're trying to kind of teach them in a really short amount of time. So, I don't know. It's just really incredible. Like I said, I feel like I've learned so much. I've got so much more out of it than maybe even these kids are getting out of it. I've been able to just see things in myself that I haven't ever really paid attention to, and I don't know. It's a really inspiring time for me. So it's been really. I just keep saying it, but it's been really fun.
We're talking to Gwen Stefani, one of the new coaches on The Voice, and the season premiere is tonight on NBC. So, Gwen, when you started, were you pretty quick on the trigger, or were you a little bit more you know what, I'm going to ease into this and see who other people are liking?
Yeah, at first I was like, okay, whoever Blake picks, I'm going to pick, because you know that Blake always wins, and he has an ear, he knows what he's doing. And then, also I had this preconceived idea that I would only pick people that had like weird voices. You know what I mean? That because I'm not really a huge fan of like vocal Olympics or like these kind of. I don't know. I like someone that has character and unique style and things like that. But sometimes when you're sitting there and you can't see the people, you're listening to these one amazing voice after the next. You're like, wow, because I can't really do that stuff. So I'm like, I have to press my button, like even if it's not a style I really like. So I found myself doing that. That was different than what I thought I was going to be like. But you know, at the end of the day, like you're really trying to look for someone that has something unique, because there's a lot of people that can sing really good, but once you turn around, it's fair game for like full package. You know what I mean? Like you got to try to find someone that has like a little bit of everything. And I think that presence on stage is super important, because it's kind of an unspoken thing and something that you can't really, it's hard to say what it is. It's a magical quality, you know, a star quality. So it's way different than I think it is when you're watching it on TV. Like being in the chair, it's a whole different, I don't know. And then you get to really know the people, and like you're working with them, and you're like, so it's like a whole emotional side that I think you get on TV, because you know, you guys get to see the backstory, and we don't know any of that when we're picking people. We don't know that, they whatever, or all the backstory that's really sad, or you know what I mean, or the struggle that they've had, and so we're kind of like, we have no idea about that.